He is quickly established as one of the go-to ace in the holes for AEW. When they want to start off a Dynamite, there are certain acts, we've talked about it. Young Bucks usually are one of those acts. Adam Cole, he gets a big pop whenever he starts off in a episode of Dynamite. But
even though he's a heel,
maybe no other quite like CM Punk. When you hear Cult of Personality, the crowd goes bonkers. And dude, that was one of the coolest moments of this whole match was the dueling CM Punk Cero Mero chants.
CM Punk.
So good, man.
CM Punk.
They were playing the crowd perfectly. You said it best on Twitter. Had the crowd eating out of the palm of their hands, just chewing it up. It
felt baby. Like 5 minutes, but I mean, it was probably only 30 seconds where they're just going, Cero Mero, CM Punk, Cero. It must be so cool as a performer to have them just so hooked. All you're doing is just your presence and just your body language and
without even a single move, right? Without even a single move happening, these two guys had the crowd just going crazy,
berserk. And I would have been there too. The New Orleans
crowd was hot. The New Orleans crowd was hot tonight, and for good reason, man. This one. Before the main event, you and I were talking about this. I was like, man, this could be the SPD chop of the night. This could be the showcase because anytime Penta is involved in a match, you know that the chops are going to be out. And he and Punk started off the match with some nice chops going back and forth. And it was interesting to see, Punk kind of having that veteran edge to him where he's able to counter a lot of Penta's Penta likes to go for those submission moves as his go-to, right? I always talk to you about. I love that snapping of the arm is his go-to move. I love that old school Lucha Underground move set that he brings into it. But Punk was playing that cat and mouse game really well tonight. That said, I felt like Penta carried this match. This was, to me, Punk's been in AEW for several months now, dating back to All Out when we were there last summer. And this more than any match that I've seen him in, I felt like Penta really carried this match. I thought that Penta was great with his pacing. He was able to play off the crowd. And Penta's no stranger to being a heel. Although he entered this match with getting the crowd going crazy, he quickly was able to adapt and recognize that the ebb and flow of this match, the fans wanted to cheer Punk, and he was more than willing to oblige, dabbling in the heel moveset, dabbling into getting in Punk's face. I love when he caught the go to sleep and he gave him the Cero Mero right in the mug.
It's such a slap in the face when he does that. I love it though.
I love it. He really had no problem getting in his face. I agree with some of the fans out there, and this is why I felt like after Punk went for that top rope move, he tried to play it, and it was a botch. He tried to play it off as part of the story. It was inconsistent at times. He still was able to hit a springboard.
Sure.
Still was able to hit the go to sleep. But I felt like Penta was the one who really stood out in this match for your boy Crayfish. Maybe it was just that I'm the heel of the group, and I love seeing the heelish vibes from Penta. What do you think of this matchup?
I agree. I've been a huge Penta fan, huge Lucha Brothers fan, and anytime Penta stands on his own, he's just so fun to watch. Just the way he carries himself, man. The guy's got charisma, and just he's walking the walk, talking the talk, and I love his in-ring work ethic big time. I think these two guys had great chemistry together in the ring. Obviously the injury or close to injury aside, I think they kept the ball rolling. They still kept the crowd in the palm of their hands.
Both guys total pros, man. I mean, CM Punk has been in the game for a long time, but people don't realize Penta has been too. That guy's a total industry vet, and it showed. They were able to roll with it. That didn't derail the match, and honestly, the crowd, there were a lot of people who were invested even more after what happened where Punk went down with the knee, right?
I mean, I was generally worried. I thought that he did, bust his knee because it was a slip and things happen, whatever. But the fact that CM Punk, the warrior, the true warrior himself, powered through. As soon as we saw him do that Hurricane Rana and then pick him up on his shoulders, we knew like he was going to have some support on his knee. But I
Mhm.
think overall, this was a perfect match to start the show. And some of the people I've seen on Twitter, and we always like to do it, like, how would we book the show, booking the card order? It's always fun. And you look at the MasterCard and you're just like, any way you put it, you're going to have an awesome opener. You're going to have an awesome main event, any
You're
of these
right.
matches.